Okay.
I first heard about Invisible Children in high school when a friend of mine brought one of their DVDs into my youth group. It was something that had really touched me and it always stayed in my mind, but it wasn't until college that that really took root and started to manifest in my life. Last November, Invisible Children was hosting an event called Move DC. It was free for anyone and everyone who wanted to come, so naturally I decided to pack up 9 complete strangers from Geneseo and myself, plus all our stuff for the weekend, into my 8-person car and drive all the way down to DC for the weekend with Monday classes early in the morning. It was 18 hours of driving with less than 5 hours of sleep, but it was completely worth it. When we got to DC, we joined over 12,000 other people who had flown in from around the world to take part in this event, which was the largest global summit on African affairs that had ever been held. To my surprise, the very first face I saw when I walked into the convention center was my good friend Tomikesh Lawrence. Lawrence was actually here at Hilton 2 years ago when there was a screening for Invisible Children. He was the Ugandan roadie that came to speak to us in chapel. And everyone started to take their seats and prepare for the first of the speakers. There was an amazing lineup. We had high-level government representatives from Uganda, South Sudan, Central African Republic, the United Nations, the African Union, the International Criminal Court, as well as the current U.S. Assistant Secretary of State for African Affairs, Johnny Carson. Just to be in the presence of these people who had flown in from so far away just to talk to us was incredible in and of itself. They were sharing on what the current situation with Joseph Kony was, what they were doing about it, and what we could be doing about it. After this, we all marched around the White House in a sea of our red Kony 2012 t-shirts. We were stopping traffic, we had chants going, people were recording us, it was great. And we ended at the Washington Monument where they were holding a rally. Lots of people from different organizations were speaking for motivation and encouragement. And as the last speaker was being introduced, Jason Russell, the founder of Invisible Children, he was saying how this was a surprise guest speaker. He was someone who had supported Invisible Children from the very beginning and someone they had always looked up to. And he said, "Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Halligan." And I lost it. Gary Halligan is the president and CEO of International Justice Mission, and he is my complete role model and idol, and it's literally on my bucket list to meet him. So I cried a little bit out of excitement and happiness. But to hear him speak about our generation having the power and the ability to make a difference in the world was so important for me to hear, and it's something I'll never forget. And every Invisible Children event ends in a crazy dance party. So after the rally, we went back to the convention center. We had DJs, professional dance crews, more glow sticks than people, and it was just, I got a phone call from Lawrence while we were at the dance party, and he wanted me to meet him on the side of the stage. Now, I had worked my way all the way up to the front of the stage, so I didn't really want to leave to go meet him, but I did anyway, and he asked me if I wanted to go on stage. So I did, and there was a group of people, that wasn't by myself, but I got to do my weekly challenge dance moves in front of everybody, which was fun. But being up there, he introduced me to the actors that Leah had mentioned I met yesterday, as well as all the main people for Invisible Children. I met their founder, their CEO, as well as the director for idea development, which was invaluable to me. We finally left around 1 a.m., and several energy drinks later, we made it back safely to school without any speeding tickets, which was a blessing. Being a part of this event and being surrounded by so many people who believe the same things as I do completely reaffirmed my passions. It had a huge impact on my major here at Hilton, what I do in my free time, and what I'm choosing to do with my life. When I came to Hilton, I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I changed my major 3 times. My mother's a lawyer, my sister's going to be a doctor, so they're very career-driven people, and I've always just been this up-in-the-air oddball, can't make a decision about anything person. But Move DC gave me the push I needed to fully embrace social justice as a career path. And as a comm major, I can offer organizations a skill set that can benefit them, whether that be through marketing or advertising or PR or any other comm outlet. I've also dedicated my summer to social justice by partaking in 2 big events. The first is next month, and I'll be headed back to DC, this time with International Justice Mission, to train with Gary Halligan himself and then lobby with my local representatives on the issues of human trafficking and modern-day slavery. And then later in the summer, I'll be headed to LA for Invisible Children's 4th State Leadership Summit. Unlike Move DC, you actually had to apply for this one because there was limited space, but I got picked in the first round, which I was super stoked about, and I cried again. But I'll be interacting with innovators and experts in the fields of film, business, economics, journalism, and international justice. These are people who have worked with Nelson Mandela, are former lead prosecutors for the International Criminal Court, and are founders of their own amazing nonprofits. I'll also have the opportunity to mingle with representatives from over 50 different organizations, everyone from TOMS to TED Talks to Charity Water and more. This event was first announced at MUFDC, so me heading to LA is a direct result of my time spent in DC. I was even featured on an IC webcast last week due to all of this, and I'm currently applying for an internship with them. Social justice is 100% my passion in life, and MUFDC was just what I needed to really see that, and to see that it was okay to pursue that. It was an affirmation of everything that I wanted it to be, and it pointed my life in a direction that I am truly excited about. I still don't know exactly what I'm going to end up doing with my job exactly, but I know that I will be working with what I will be working towards, and I know that MUFDC will always represent a special time for me.